So what was your best moment in country music as an artist? Go.
Wow, best moment I think would have had to have been the.
Welcome to Now from Nashville, everybody. It is Tim and Chelsea, and we are getting ready for an amazing secret session with the original country badass, Leave the Lights On in the Kitchen. Her current single, Cool Little Bars, coming up. It's really good. Her new album out on September 8th. Grammy Award winner and member of the Grand Ole Opry, Ashley McBryde.
Oh, wow!
Right?
That was a lot of nice things to say to someone who's...
He's actually done. Thank you for stopping by,
that
Tim.
was amazing. And I'm just sitting here thinking about this left lash is kind of glued to the bottom lash the whole time. And you're like saying really
you were
sweet
just winking
things.
at me.
No.
How you doing?
I've gotten in more trouble that way.
Thank you,
where
Tim,
I'm
for
like,
the intro.
yeah.
So you had an amazing summer. First of all, congrats. CMA Fest out on the main stage. What was that like?
The stadium. It was loud.
Right?
It was great. It was great. Everything side stage and everything backstage is kind of like a fire drill the entire time. So it's a lot of fun.
Fire drill?
It's a fire
Yeah,
drill.
it's like everybody is running around and no one knows for how long. Right? Like when you were in elementary school and they were like, it's time for a fire drill, but no one can find like 6 of the kids and everybody's just like sort of like, it's fine, I think.
My God, don't
that's what
disturb
it's
him.
like.
He looks like he knows what he's doing.
Which stage do I go to?
Yeah,
It could be any.
And then they're like, "Oh, you're doing that thing right now with the and 3, 2."
With the
And you're like,
things?
and what am I? Hi. Yeah, we really are backstage at CMA Fest, and I know exactly what's happening. Right.
In fact,
Get
I'm
ready.
You know, speaking of Camera Ready, who I take the most notes from, I've never seen a bad picture and I've never seen a bad video clip, is Reba. How does she always know exactly what height every lens is at?
And actually, which shoulder to position.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
And
I've
now I've
always
given
noticed
her
that
secret
too.
away. I'm so sorry.
That's because she has people in her ear going, Reba to the left.
Yeah.
Right. There we
And
go.
you can't do that with me because I'd be like, huh?
What?
Actually be like this.
What'd you say?
This way. All right. Well, first of all, we have a whole group of people back here.
17 people
Let me
back
just
here.
tell you.
Several people.
Let
Several
me just
people.
tell you half of the conversations
Oh, God.
and sentences that I've overheard from Ashley before we sat
Oh,
in these seats.
I don't know if
I want you to listen
I
gently.
don't think she said off air. No.
No. Sentence number 1.
It's a probability when you. The deal is, here's the deal, is when you live and then somebody you don't know.
It's
you
either
haven't
there
had that visitor
I was going
yet?
to say like.
So dangerous to somebody's house. Anyway, it's hillbillies are, we're self-sufficient.
Okay. Sentence number 2.
Yeah.
Self-sufficient, I'm thinking like you can make rice.
I don't know why they call it tourist season if you can't hunt them.
I said that. But I said
God,
it
we really
specifically
should not have been
about
talking near Tim.
Nashville. Because it is just so crowded, and then all the bars that were so much fun.
Here comes Ashley. She
So
got
do you-
4 of us last year.
It's just like but they're like wearing sashes and things that like mark them. Like if this were paintball, I would be killing it right now.
And damn it, I only got 4 tags this season.
Hey, but if you're tuning in and you're like, we should do that, don't. According to the county sheriff, you can't just shoot people with paintball guns. You have to have their
Right.
express permission. I think they have to sign a piece of
I hope
It's
paper.
almost like she
everybody
gave us a public
Yeah.
service
It's
announcement
writing
right
this
there.
down because we're learning so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
Can
let's talk about
confirm.
the new album. It's out on.
We should.
Let's
because
talk about
September 8th.
legal stuff.
I sound so violent right now, and here I am, just 5'3". Just
5'3".
yeah.
But don't unleash it.
Yeah, because crazy weighs a whole lot more than fat and muscle. Sadly, according to an ex. Anyway,
Being
what?
like a stand-up comedian all the time. She's hilarious.
I'm not even standing
Bring it
up.
back. Bring
I'm
it
just
back.
sitting there. This is my trauma response. This is what anxiety looks like.
And it's camera ready
Turn
all
to
the
the
time.
left. Turn to the left. Turn to the left.
Yeah. What do you want to know about the record? It's.
What do you
All
want
right,
to know?
so-
It's so great.
I'm so excited.
No, but you're a person who you're always cranking out new songs.
Yeah.
Big into songwriting. Yeah.
All right, how about this? In your career up to this point, how many songs do you think you've actually written?
Oh my God.
Just ballpark it.
It's in the thousands probably.
My God.
And then you have to pick your favorite children to put on an album.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then not all of them are good. There's just a lot of them. It's not like I'm not saying like it's a numbers game. It's not. But sometimes you have to clear all the garbage out
Well,
to get a good song.
Right now, Leave the Lights on in the Kitchen. That is an amazing song.
Thank you.
Going to be obviously another #1. And
oh,
then,
man, I hope so. Thank
and then
you.
Right, Bruce? Cool, thanks.
Yep, thanks, Bruce.
Right.
And Nick, good job, guys.
That was our boss who made a cameo earlier. And then Cool Little Bars, obviously going to be the follow-up. That's going to be another #1 for you. I mean, up until this point, you've got the Grammys. You've got the membership into the Grand Ole Opry, which, by the way...
Which will be on the obituary and the headstone.
Wasn't it Garth Brooks that invited you?
Yes.
Did you actually know that was coming that morning or no?
No, and because, #1, that's not how Opry invitations happen. They happen on the Opry stage.
on the stage.
Either in the Opry House or in the Ryman. And I was told that I was there to talk about the new record, and it was a year after that really bad accident that I'd been in with the horse, and I was all like, "Oh, I can do this. I can talk about it." And then I saw Garth on the screen, and I was like, "I wonder what Garth is doing on here." and then I was like, "Oh my God,
was this my time slot?
He's gonna tell me how much he likes Lindyville or something like that."
Right,
and then I was like, maybe he's gonna ask me to do a show with him. And then I realized where he was sitting, and I was like,
"Oh my God."
Was there a moment that you actually realized you were going to get asked before?
Yeah, when he said, "Here I am in the circle," and I was like, "Oh my God!" And it's like in your brain, you're like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing a slight loss in cabin pressure. Oxygen masks will drop from the ceiling." And I'm like, "Someone needs to secure my mask." And then it was just like Garth invites me to be a member of the Grand Ole Opry, and then they're like, "But wait, there's more. Here's your mom." And she was there with another lady that helped raise my brothers and my sister and I. And it was, you can't just let Arkansans loose in New York.
Right. Right.
She's never been on a subway.
She had to get her passport and everything.
At some point, they got to get acclimated, though.
That was so like
a lot.
And that was October 6th.
Right.
And
there's a track on
there's a track on the new album.
So like whoever designed that, thanks, because I couldn't have designed it that
because you hadn't like written the song for that.
Right. No,
moment.
the song was about something that already happened.
Yeah. And so is that like now? You got a tattoo on you somewhere of October 6th?
I don't. I do have the Grammy though.
Do we have 10-6 anywhere yet?
Here's the Grammy.
Can we get a close up?
So
of that?
other than
That's cool.
other than on your arm, where do you keep the Grammy at home?
Oh, it's on its
in case
own,
anybody
it's on its own little shelf because when I had just a few awards, I was like, "Oh, I'll put them in the guest bathroom," because everybody has to go in there at some point. But then I thought that was really quite clever. Yeah, I thought it was really clever, and then I found out Alison Krauss also does
hand towel.
Do you put the toilet paper over the horn part of the album?
No, but I do know that there is a musician in town that puts two Grammys facing each other and puts the paper towel roll in between them. And I was like, I don't have so many Grammys.
If
that
I get
can just
one more, I
put
can do
paper
this.
goods on them. No, it gets its own space. So when you become a member of the Grand Ole Opry, you get that statue, your WSM statue. So that has its own space, and the Grammy has its own space.
And we
that
got
space,
it on our
that
arm.
space is in their own guest
That's
house.
awesome.
Right?
Right.
We're
It's
not
the guest
there
house
yet.
out back.
We're not
guest
there
house.
yet. We're still working on getting the Grammys.
Well, of all of the moments that you've had, and like you hear people say, "Oh my God, Ashley McBryde, she was a success from day one." Right. Well, I mean, how many days led up to day one? So people out here ready.
Yeah.
They're sitting there. Ashley McBryde, huge star, day one. How many days before
and
that?
I know how annoying it is when somebody pops on the scene and then they just have immense success
Quickly.
and they've been here for 3 minutes.
You're like, that's
it
not
was
true.
way longer than that. For every single person that you've been like, who's this guy? Like, it was way longer than that. I played in bars I've been playing in bars since I was 19. I just turned 40.
Wow.
So
She looks good.
Thank you.
You do.
Oh, yeah, you
aging well, girl.
Yeah, I
Aging
moved
well.
to Nashville in 2005, so I was 23 or 24, and I was already playing in bars by then. But I just added more regions because I was in Arkansas and Oklahoma, and Tennessee, and then I just added Kentucky and Indiana, and then sometimes places that didn't make any sense as well.
Well, I mean, apart from being a great person, you're unbelievable.
And hilarious.
Unbelievable
Thank you.
storyteller.
And hilarious.
Hilarious. I mean, is there one part of your career so far, Grammys, CMAs, all that sort of stuff, what is the #1 moment that you just go, this is it?
When Terry Clark said, before she says the sentence, she says, "And this is the sentence we've all been waiting all night to hear. Congratulations, Ashley. You are a member of the Grand Ole Opry."
Oh,
I mean, it's like, which is, I don't know why the
That's
theme
the
to
Jurassic Park. And then my life ended.
Whatever.
But you raised it like the Lion King.
Right? So anyway, I make a lot of those references. But to hear those words and be standing in the circle with someone I respect and admire
And
so
that's
much.
the thing, yeah.
And that's when, and up until this point, I've never touched a Grand Ole Opry WSM statue. I've seen Terry's in her house, but
Right,
you're not allowed
but
to touch
you're not,
it,
don't touch it.
which is how I am with mine now.
Did the circle actually become different at that point?
Yeah, it always has its own gravity
Right.
anyway, and it just feels like if eerie could be a good feeling,
Yeah.
it always feels like, I guess that would be reverence. I don't know, vocabulary. But it just kind of felt, since becoming a member, every time I step into the Grand Ole Opry house, it just feels like you're coming home. And
Right, right.
when you
Super
walk in
surreal.
and they say, Ashley,
Yeah.
here's your mail.
Oh, the mailbox.
Oh my God, the
Yes.
mailbox.
How much
Yeah.
more home can it feel than being able to receive and send letters? And it's so cool. And sometimes people just send you like a picture that they want signed and sent
Yeah.
back. And the first time I went back to the desk and was going to ask if they had any stamps, and they were like, oh, are those outgoing? We can take care of those for you. And I was like,
Oh my God.
I made it. They're paying for my
They're paying for my
mail.
stamps.
it's like being in a movie.
Now I know where to send out my Christmas cards.
I'm like, I wonder what else is
What-
secret
That's
stuff I
very
don't know about
cool.
the Opry. I'm like moving books to see if like a wall moves. None of them do. That's not. They weren't.
The secret passageway.
Yeah, they didn't have me in mind when they built it.
What is Ashley doing? She's looking for secret
She's out
passages.
secret
Don't,
passage.
don't
Yeah,
worry
She's
about
looking for
it.
secret
That's very
passageways.
cool.
She's not on for another half hour. Just let her go. That's fine. Well, Ashley, congratulations on absolutely everything.
Thank
I
you.
mean, you're fantastic.
Yep.
Like we said, the original country badass.
And such a good storyteller. Like we
Thank
were talking
you.
earlier about when you first came through on radio tour. I will never forget because it was, at 103.1.
Yeah.
Just sitting there listening to you talk and tell your stories. It was so memorable and like ingrained in me when you came through. Like I can't wait for everybody else to get to experience that.
Thank you.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and everybody is in for a treat. Leave the Lights On in the Kitchen, new single. It's amazing. Cool little bars coming up after that. New album on September 8th, ladies and
September
gentlemen.
8th.
September 8th.
Ashley
September 8th.
McBryde.
September 8th.
Put it on a post-it note. Stick it to your fridge. September 8th. The devil I know.
Ashley McBryde, everybody. There she is.
I would curtsy, but I'm seated.